All right, it's 5 o'clock. I'm calling the Thursday, March 12th, 2026 meeting of the Bloomington Historic Preservation Commission to order. Tonda, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Duncan Campbell.
Here.
Drew Herron. Jack Baker.
Here.
John Butler.
Here.
Ernesto Castaneda.
Here.
Melanie Dusner. Karen Duffy. Excuse me,
Here.
Karen. Jeff Golden.
Here.
Jeremy Hackard.
Here.
Abby Henson.
Here.
Daniel Schlegel. We have quorum.
All right, next up is approval of the minutes. Does anybody have a motion on the minutes from February 26th?
I'll move approval.
All right, Jack has a motion.
That was
Second, Jeff.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the February 26th meeting. We'll go ahead and take a vote. Jack Baker.
Yes.
John Butler.
Yes.
Ernesto Castaneda.
Yes.
Karen Duffy.
Yes.
Jeff Golden.
Yes.
Jeremy Hackard.
Yes.
Abby Henson.
Can I abstain? I wasn't here.
Absolutely. That motion passes.
All right, thank you very much. Next up is staff review for certificates of appropriateness. Noah?
So we have two staff approvals for tonight. The first at 521 West Wiley in the McDowell Historic District. The petitioner is Nathan Harmon. This request is for the replacement of most of the windows in the house as well as the front and rear doors. 521 West Wiley is a slightly altered California bungalow that actually has replacement windows throughout. If you look at the state historic architectural and archaeological survey entry for this house, it describes 3/1 windows. The windows that are in there right now are wood, but they're 1/1. So unless there was some sort of error in the survey, it does look like the existing windows are replacements. The request that I received. Dear Commission, short version, we would like to replace the original windows with new vinyl replacement windows and the front door with a more secure and well-insulated front door. The original windows are double hung with single pane glazing, no muntins, single pane, box ash windows with weights and pulleys. The replacement windows would be in the same orientation as the originals and the same style, and the original unaltered opening. This is likely considered replacement in kind. This is not replacement in kind. The door is a single light with no muntins, wood frame, a very simple and plain style, and may not be original. There's no longer enough solid wood available to properly attach latches and locking mechanisms. The door must be replaced for safety. Most of the old windows are repairable but would be inefficient. The replacement windows would be indistinguishable from the street and fit the character of the house and the neighborhood as per the McDowell Gardens design guidelines, as there is no design change whatsoever. The existing frame and trim will be used. In fact, the windows and door in question are all but hidden due to the aluminum storm windows a previous owner added, which would be removed, bringing the house closer to its 1925 appearance. Both houses to the north and south have already replaced their windows with a near identical type. Tommy D's has already measured and manufactured custom replacements before we knew that historic preservation requirements may pertain, so we sincerely hope that the Commission allows us to make use of them. The back of the house was added on to long ago and is thus already has more modern windows, as do both windows on the upper level. Those are not intended to be replaced. There's one unique window on the west side of the house facing the alley above the kitchen sink. It is a multi-pane hinged cabinet opening style window, has charm, and is not going to be removed. Andy Mahler and Linda Lee have owned this property for decades. They rented it out as an affordable 2-bedroom home and have made no significant changes. In recent years, they put the house under the care of Town Manor Real Estate, who handled the basic upkeep and leasing. Unfortunately, Andy died late last year, and in the course of settling his estate while the house was between tenants and before the Hopewell neighborhood, which this house faces, gets underway, Linda decided it was a good time to put some effort into repairs. She is still the primary owner of the house, but has assigned a trustee who has hired me, Nathan Harmon, as a primary contractor handling repairs and upkeep. I have, over the last 3 months, made a number of improvements, including basic maintenance, efficiency and hand requirements, including ensuring the banisters are secure, cleaning vents, caulking and draft sealing, replacing faucet and vanity, minor plumbing repairs, new sump pump, landscaping, etc. The interior has received cosmetic improvements like cleaning, lots of drywall repairs to cracks and holes, all new paint, repairing and refurbishing existing kitchen cabinets, some new trim and light fixtures, etc. No changing to framing, structure, major appliances, sheathing. 2 new electrical services have been permitted, green tagged and installed. The primary goal was to bury the electrical so it would not be heard anymore, for all the good reasons. The reason for the second service was with separate meters for a potential future ADU, garage, or electric car charger at the current shed. Intren dug the underground service lines on January 27th, and the house is currently awaiting a connection by Duke. A completely new electrical panel and some new electrical circuit work has been permitted and installed, awaiting final inspection and clarification. This new panel is ground faulted and has arc fault circuit breakers so that most of the house's old wire did not have to be replaced. All the electrical work was done by certified master electrician David Taggart. So none of that work required a certificate of appropriateness. New windows and doors. The purpose of this request, the 100-year-old originals have been normally abused over the years and are past due for overhaul. They are inherently inefficient, leaking air, heat, and sound. We would like to replace them with near identical modern versions to improve the quality of life for inhabitants, increase privacy and safety, and reduce the environmental impact going forward. Respectfully yours, Nathan Harmon. Staff approved COA 2614. The replacement of windows proposed would match the size and design of the existing windows, and the proposed replacement door would be of the same size and similar design to the original, although a visibly alternative material is proposed. Rear windows and doors on the addition are of a lesser concern, and windows with more unique characteristics will be maintained. Staff does take exception to the characterization of historic windows and doors as past due for replacement and normally abused, although this is a rental property and likely subject to more wear. The existing storm doors and windows work to preserve older materials, along with other maintenance will improved insulation, which is why they are often recommended instead of as a window, why they are often recommended as a window treatment, and the existing windows appear to be in good shape. Nevertheless, the replacement windows and doors proposed would be similar in appearance to the existing materials to the extent recommended in the district guidelines.
Thank you, Noah. Let's see, next up is for staff review, COA 2615.
Okay. This one here is for the Kirkwood Manor building at 322 East Kirkwood. Petitioner is Misty Collins. This building is rated outstanding. It's a free classical house/commercial building built in 1895, designed by Bloomington architect John Nichols. It's a 2.5-story free classical limestone building, listed individually as an outstanding building. The request that you'll see here is for the installation of gold stick-on vinyl lettering inside, 2 windows and a glass door on the north side of the building, which you can see here, where there's sort of a turned corner on the front of the building. So 2 window graphics are proposed, an additional window graphic for the door, which staff approves since the new signage proposed is of a modest scale and will not damage or detract from any historic features.
All right, thank you, Noah.
Okay, so moving on to the more commission-involved part of the evening.
Yeah, so if you're here for those 2 staff-approved COAs, they've been approved, so congratulations. Next up, we have COAs for commission review. I'm going to read the procedure for how we will deal with these. For each item on the agenda, the Historic Preservation Program Manager will first present a staff report. We will then hear if the petitioner has any additional information about their request, followed by public comment. Once public comment concludes, commissioners will be able to ask questions to staff, the petitioner, and the public. We ask that petitioners, the public, and commissioners refrain from speaking until addressed by the chair, which is me, unless a question is directly addressed to them. Following commissioner questions, the chair will entertain a motion from a commissioner regarding the petition. Once a motion is made, we will then open up a discussion of the item for members of the commission only. Finally, once the commissioners have each had a chance to speak, the commission will vote on the petition. We encourage all commissioners, petitioners, and members of the public to be civil and respectful at all times. All right, Noah, go ahead.
All right, first of all, I'd like to check, is the petitioner present? All right, we've got him. This is for 206 North Walnut Street in the Courthouse Square Historic District. Petitioner is Han Chong. This is for the Princess Theater, an outstanding rated building. The Princess Theater is an outstanding building located in the Courthouse Square local and national historic districts. Bloomington Restorations, Inc. has a facade easement on the property. In 2025, a new owner of the property undertook repairs of the terracotta facade and is still undergoing a replacement of second story. Well, that's no longer current. The second story windows have been replaced, as described in the previous application. The ground floor will be reopening for a new restaurant, and the restaurateur is applying to install new signage over the entrance on existing mounting. So you'll see two signs being proposed. One on existing mounting over the storefront entrance. And then additionally in the alcove, a new aluminum sign has already been installed on a racking system that spans between those wooden spandrels over the fan light. Staff recommends approval of COA 2607. The proposed signage is similar, of the same scale as previous storefront signage on the Princess Theater building, and would be attached using existing mounts. While the design is plastic, as some new signs that have been approved in the district are, its measured color and design complement the building's terracotta facade and do not detract or distract from the building's significant architectural features. It's come to the attention of staff and the planning department that an additional electric bulb signage has been added in the street-facing alcove that has not yet been submitted for review by either the planning department or Historic Preservation Commission. That may no longer be current. I don't know if planning now has these materials.
Yes.
Yes, great.
Sorry, I was just, so we have the
Uh-huh.
up-to-date materials for the
Mhm.
one that's on the screen, but for the one that's in the alcove, I don't think we ever reviewed.
Oh, okay.
Sent it in, I don't know, because I didn't do the portal, so.
Okay, I can check.
We send it to you if it's not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks.
I mean, you can certainly do us first, and that's what's going on now, so that's fine. On March 10th, Bloomington Restorations, Inc., which holds the facade easement on the Princess Theater, sent the following response to the petitioner and city staff. And I quote, Bloomington Restorations, Inc., as facade easement holder on the Princess Theater, approves the new signage for Japanese. The main sign would be 64-inch by 36-inch front light box sign in place of the previous tempo signage to be installed on existing wall mounts. The secondary sign is an electric bulb signage in the in the entry alcove. Staff agrees with this opinion. The storefront new sign would be similar in scale to previous signs in its place and meet district guidelines. The light bulb sign in the alcove does not cover or damage significant historic features, spanning the spandrels over the entrance, and is evocative of the building's original use as a theater. Is there anything that the petitioner would like to add?
Do you have anything? No? All right. Is there any public comment on this COA? Both in the room or online? No?
No.
All right, we'll go to commissioner questions. Jack, do you have questions?
Just for clarity, we're moving on two signs, one exterior, one sort of interior here. I'm asking that question because with this previous discussions, we're trying to decide whether to separate out those two or to move, but I think we're moving ahead apparently with both of them on one COA. And this bulb sign looks like multiple small bulbs. Is that what I'm seeing there?
That's right.
Very low wattage. Okay. That's all I have.
Yeah, if you've ever seen it lit up, it's kind of low wattage.
Yeah.
Maybe halogen?
John, questions?
No.
Karen, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Abby? Jeff?
Nope.
Ernesto?
No.
Duncan? I have a question. How is this lit up sign actually put onto the facade? Like, how is it connected? Has it been drilled into things like?
Oh, this whole mount of the sign?
Yeah, how did you do that?
Basically, they had it's a frame wall
Mhm.
and has I think it's an OSB, and then we found the existing frame, and then the mounting of the signs mounted right on the existing, the frame part of it.
Okay.
So there is a two penetration of the hole in there, thing,
Okay.
so, in the frame part there, so.
All right, good to know. No, I don't have any other questions. All right, I'll take a motion on the COA.
I'll move to approve.
All right, Karen moves to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, John second. Comments? Jack, do you have any comments?
No.
John, do you have any comments? I've seen the sign in the interior alcove, and I think it looks very nice. It's not too bright, and I think it's a good sign, so I'm going to vote to approve it.
Okay, Karen?
I don't have any objection to these signs. They don't damage the building, and they are removable eventually. They'd leave no trouble.
Okay. Abby?
No comment.
Jeff?
No comment.
Ernesto? Duncan? Comments? All right, I don't have any comments either, so I guess we're ready for a vote.
Okay, it's been moved in, motion on the floor to approve COA 26-07. We'll go ahead and take a vote. Jack Baker?
Yes.
John Butler?
Yes.
Ernesto Castaneda?
Yes.
Karen Duffy?
Yes.
Jeff Golden?
Yes.
Jeremy Hackard?
Yes.
Abby Hansen?
Yes.
That motion passes 7-0.
All right, thank you very much. It's
Thank
been
you very much.
approved.
Yeah, good night.
Appreciate it.
All right, next up, we have COA 2611. Oscar Sabindi is the petitioner. Is the petitioner here?
I'm the owner of the house.
You're the owner of the house?
He's on Zoom.
Okay.
Is he on Zoom as iPhone? I've been trying to communicate with whomever is iPhone and I'm not getting any response.
Well, if she's here, we should be good.
Sure.
Right? Yeah, so if you want.
I mean, if there's no
go
further
for it.
questions, I'd be happy to kick this off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. 708 West 12th Street in the Maple Heights Historic District.
He sent me this.
The petition here is for a new ADU. The primary building on this property is a slightly altered folk Victorian home with classical features and a wraparound porch. In 2026, an initial proposal for a two-story garage/ADU was denied over concerns about the visual compatibility of the shallowly pitched roof and sparse fenestration. The applicant has returned with a design meant to address these comments. The staff recommendation is for approval of COA 2611. The existing house is approximately 20 feet tall, as is the proposed carriage house. The property is located on a double-wide corner lot, though the new construction would be set back from the primary 12th Street facade and accessed from an alleyway and a lot width away from North Fairview. The materials proposed are compatible with the district guidelines. The new design addresses the commission and neighborhood comments about the roof pitch with the addition of second-story dormers and adds additional windows. Note that the elevation drawings, in the elevation drawings, the labels for the south and west facades have been swapped. Oh, it's for approval.
Yeah.
Yeah. Staff recommends approval?
Okay. Yeah, that's what.
Did I not say that?
No, you could have
Really?
stopped.
I thought I'd start, okay. Yes,
So you recommend approval?
Yeah, I recommend.
Okay. Does the owner, do you have any comments that you'd like to add to this?
I'm intrigued by why you wanted me to put dormers, because my original house has no dormers. But if this gets it passed, then that's what I want.
Okay. Do we have the person online as well, or not?
Did Oscar get through to you?
There's nothing. I've just been trying to correspond with the person listed as iPhone. I've asked them to unmute.
Hello?
There
Hi.
we go.
Yeah, there we go. Oscar? Oscar?
Yes.
Yes.
How are you, Noah?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing great, man. I don't know, the service is just letting me down here.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. Do you have any other comments that you would like to add onto Noah's proposal or recommendations?
Any recommendations from my end?
Do you have anything to add that you want to add to what Noah has already said?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Are there any other comments from the public? No? Okay. Jack, do you have any questions?
Was a question raised about the reveal of the clapboard, about the 6 inches versus 4 inches or some such thing?
Right. I'd received a comment from the neighborhood saying that they would prefer, or this neighborhood committee would prefer, a 6-inch clapboard with a 4-inch reveal over the 8-inch clapboard with a 6-inch reveal that's proposed.
Explain that to me, please.
Sure. So this is a comment that I received from the Neighborhood Design Review Committee.
And who's the Neighborhood Design Review Committee?
I believe it's comprised of people in the neighborhood association who decided to volunteer for it, basically.
Okay, and what is it that we're discussing?
Ma'am, just let's let them have their conversation right now. We'll hold on just a second.
Okay.
That was my only question, is whether we put it to commissioners, whether we feel like it would be more in line with neighborhood rules to do the smaller reveal rather than the larger reveal. That's all I have.
Okay. All right.
No questions.
Okay.
No
Karen?
questions.
Abby?
No questions.
Jeff, do you have any questions? Ernesto, do you have any questions? Duncan, anything? I really don't have any questions about this either. Okay, I'll entertain a motion on the COA.
I'll move to approve, where are we here? COA, I'm sorry, which COA?
This is.
611.
Say again.
26-11.
Okay, dash 11. Said, move approval with stipulation that the sidewall reveal go to the 4-inch as recommended by the Neighborhood Association.
All right, do we have a second for that?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Abby seconded. So we have comments. Jack?
I don't have strong feelings about it, but I wanted to just get it on the record and have commissioners make comments about the size of the reveal before we go to a vote.
Okay. John?
So I'm fine with the way the roof pitch has been changed. I think that complements the house. I think that's a good change that's been made. Just to address a couple of questions she raised. Look, I wasn't on the commission at the time, but I do not believe they're requiring you to have dormers. What they were asking you to do is make the roof pitch match the roof pitch of the original structure. And so by making the roof pitch a little steeper than that resulted in the dormers. So they weren't necessarily wanting the dormers, they were just wanting the pitch of the roof to match. And so this does that now. And so I think that that addresses that concern. As to the reveal and the clapboard siding, I don't have an opinion on that. Although I would wonder, would that change the cost of the project? And if it would, then I wouldn't necessarily require that. So those are my comments.
Yeah. Karen?
I don't have an opinion on the siding either. It's always nice to go with the neighborhood's recommendation when possible. But the pitch of the roof is a huge improvement, and so I'm in support for that reason.
Okay. Abby?
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks like it complements the house. I have no further comments.
Jeff?
I would have supported the original COA. So I'll probably vote no on this.
Okay. Ernesto?
Yes, appreciate the effort on trying to complement the original house. I do have comments regarding about the siding. I would agree about the exposure of the siding, not doing 8 but 4 inches. I also have some issue with the proportions of the windows for the dormers. I think they're out of proportion. I know why they're doing it. If I understand this correctly, they're using double hungs, and they need to meet egress. So when you use double hung windows, the size of those windows get really big. So one thing that we have done before is, in my case, to meet egress, you use casements that look like double hungs. And you meet egress, and it looks good too. Also, the 2 windows above the garage door, that's basically the opposite. They're just too small to squat. So if you want to get them proportionally right, they would be taller. And lastly, the windows along the side, typically you wouldn't find horizontal windows in this type of architecture. You would either find square or rectangle. Those are my comments.
Okay. Duncan, do you have comments?
Now you got me thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I basically agree with all the things you said. I've been staring at it, wondering what was bothering me about it, those, particularly the horizontal windows and those upper proportions. Which is just to say it could be better, you know, but it does complement the existing house better than the original. I think better than the original proposal did. But in changing the roof, they created some additional issues, you know, design issues that I'm troubled by, but unless they're willing to sit down and actually take some hard advice that has just been offered to them, I don't really know what to do about it. But in the siding issue, it doesn't trouble me that the house and the garage aren't the same in particular.
Okay. Anything else? I think for me, I would just support the original COA. I'm not troubled by the difference in the size of the siding. They're not connected, they're separate from each other. So that is not really a concern for me at all. And so I think, but the motion on the table is to approve the COA with the condition that they match the size of the siding for this new to the house. So that's what we're actually voting on. Just want to make sure we're clear for everybody. And so, yeah, that's all the comments. So I guess we're ready to go for the vote.
Okay, so it's been motioned and seconded to approve this with a conditional change to change the siding.
The size of the siding.
Size of the siding. So a vote on yes for this would be to agree to change the side of the siding versus what was proposed in this, in the COA. Jack Baker,
Yes.
John Butler,
No.
Ernesto Castaneda,
Yes.
Melody's not here, Karen Duffy,
No.
Jeff Golden,
No.
Jeremy Hackard,
No.
Abby Hansen.
Yes.
Okay, so that motion does not pass. It was 3 yay, 4 no.
All right, so I'll entertain another motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the COA as originally written.
Is there a second?
Second.
All
Got
right.
it.
Do we want to have any further comments on this? Any comment, John, Karen, further comments? Abby, Jeff, any other
No.
ones? Ernesto, any other comments? No? Duncan?
Nope.
I don't have any other comments either, so we're ready for a vote.
Great, so now this motion is for COA 26-11 as proposed in your packet.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Baker,
Yes.
John Butler,
Yes.
Ernesto Castaneda,
Yes.
Karen Duffy,
Yes.
Jeff Golden,
Yes.
Jeremy Hackard.
Yes.
Abby Hansen.
Yes.
That motion passes 7-0.
All right,
All
thank
right.
you very much. All right,
Have a good
it
night.
has been approved. Next up on our agenda, we have
That's usually the first item. There's a
old,
section- Yeah, I mean, there's a section for public comments at the end of the meeting.
we have old business next, which is the reading of changes to rules and procedures.
So, from what I understand from my last conversation with legal, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is I wanted to present this as a first reading because it's a series of amendments that I proposed that I know people may need to take some time to read. And also I wanted to make sure that everything was kosher by the legal department. So this is a series of amendments to our rules and procedures that I'm proposing in order to meet new changes that City Council has made to Title II, which handles boards and commissions. So if you don't mind, I'll just read them off and we can handle this like a COA, or if you decide that you want to continue this to a future meeting and treat this like a first reading, then we could also do it that way. Okay. So, whereas the Bloomington, Indiana Common Council voted on Thursday the 18th to amend Title II of the Bloomington Municipal Code entitled Administration and Personnel to consolidate and amend boards and commissions. Whereas changes made to the rules governing boards and commissions impose differences from the existing Historic Preservation Commission rules and procedures involving the roles of officers and calling for special meetings. Whereas language amended to Title II of the Bloomington Municipal Code adds general provisions for commission procedures, including parliamentary procedure, removal for cause, and vacancies. The Bloomington Historic Preservation Commission shall adopt the following amendments to its rules and procedures. Article 1, amend to read, C, special meetings. A special meeting of a board, commission, or council may be called by the chairperson, the mayor, or by a majority of members then serving on the board, commission, or council, requesting such a meeting in writing. Upon receiving such a request, the chairperson shall thereafter call a special meeting to be held within 20 days. 3 days' notice is required. Amend to add M, parliamentary procedure. Meetings shall be conducted according to the procedures set forth in Robert's Rules of Order. And N, removal for cause. Except for appointees who serve at the pleasure of the mayor, a member of a board, commission, or council may be removed for cause. Cause shall include, but not be limited to, violation of the code of conduct specified in subsection 3 and excessive absenteeism. Excessive absenteeism is a failure to attend 3 consecutive meetings scheduled of the board, commission, or council, or 4 regularly scheduled meetings in any 12-month period, provided that any member may submit in writing to the appointing authority any extenuating circumstances. Such written submission shall be made within 5 business days before the formal declaration to remove is reached. Acceptance of extenuating circumstances by the appointing official or body puts the member on notice that further excessive absenteeism shall result in removal. And O, vacancies by death. Let's hope not. Resignation, failure to appoint. In the event that a vacancy opens in the membership of a board, commission, or council through resignation or death, the appointing authority shall appoint a person to fill the unexpired term of the resigned or deceased member. If a member's term has expired, but the appointing authority has failed to act, the appointment of the member whose term has expired carries over until the appointing authority appoints, reappoints, or appoints a successor. And then Article 2, amend to read, A, annually at its first meeting of the year, the commission shall select by majority vote of its members a chair, vice chair, secretary, and treasurer, who shall serve for 1 year and who may be re-elected to second one-year terms. The commission may appoint a non-member to serve as secretary. And add E, duties of the secretary. The secretary shall keep for every meeting written documents in which the result of any vote are recorded and, when appropriate, specific findings of fact and conclusions are set forth. Does anybody, as you asked, does anybody have any questions?
We'll go around. Yeah, Duncan, go ahead.
This 3-day notice, does that comply with open door? It seems awfully short.
I believe open door is 48-hour notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Legal, do we have an opinion on that?
After talking with Anna Holmes today,
Mhm.
it sounds like she gave you guys the proper advice, but say the question again one more time, sorry.
So it's a 3-day notice. Does that comply with open door requirements?
The 3-day notice should be in compliance with open door law.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions?
No, most of it seems to be pretty perfunctory. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with the treasurer, but.
Yep.
You know, he may open another door.
Yeah.
Like I said, if anybody wants it on their resume.
Ernesto, do you have any questions about this?
No, thank you.
Jeff?
No questions.
Abby, do you have any questions? Karen?
No question.
John?
I mean, does it even matter what we say, right? This is sort of gonna happen anyway. Not that I oppose it in any way, but yeah, exactly, so, no questions.
Jack, do you have any questions about it?
So just to add on to that, typically it's 48 hours, so 3-day is plenty time for the notice.
Okay. Melody, I know you just dropped in. Do you have any questions about the revisions that Noah had put together on this? No. I don't have any questions either, so I think I'm maybe just wondering from everybody here, would you like more time to think about this, or do you think there's any need to?
Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, I was just
It's
kind
like,
of
what could we do anyway?
Well, Noah had said that this hadn't, at some point, this hadn't been past the purview of legal yet, so it seems like we'd wanna wait for that. Has that already happened?
No, I thought you talked to Anna about it.
I had sent it to Anna. I hadn't received any sort of red line version of it, so.
Did she give you any feedback on it yet?
She said that the commission can go ahead and vote. And so.
I mean, that sounds pretty
Okay.
clear to me.
Yeah. If I get too few comments on it, I get nervous.
No, yeah, I did speak with her briefly. She wasn't able to be here, but she seemed confident that you were in line with the rules and procedures and open door law and all of that.
Okay, excellent. So I guess, I mean, we treat this like the COAs where I'd take a motion on this from a commissioner.
I motion to approve it as written, I guess. Is that, or approve, what is the name of
To
this?
approve the resolution to amend the rules and procedures?
That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Okay.
A second.
Okay, so John's got the
Mhm,
motion and
got it.
Jack's second. Any further comments from anybody? We can go around, Duncan, do you?
The only thing that occurred to me was, we have had some conversations about revisiting these rules and procedures in general, because under normal circumstances, these are up to us to determine. I'm not even sure why we're voting on ones that seem to be mandated, but unless we want to try to do more, I guess we could just amend it at any time we want, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's just take care of this and get it out of the way.
Ernesto, do you have anything
No
else?
comments, thank you.
Jeff? Nope. Abby?
No comments.
Karen? John? Jack?
Just to remind commissioners, we do have to have a treasurer and a secretary, so think about if you would like to have or would entertain that position, even though it implies minimal effort.
Melody, anything?
No.
For the secretary position, it can be a staff person.
Right.
So when we come around to doing the votes on that, we can, I think city needs to work through some stuff on their end to see if a staff person would be able to do that, which would be great.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on with that. And I would be curious, Noah, maybe if, depending on how that goes, if we can have the election for those two, the treasurer and secretary, either at the next meeting or the meeting after that. just
Yeah,
so
I don't
we-
see why not.
So maybe if we can throw that on the agenda
Mhm.
for the next meeting, unless there's some kind of weirdness that's going on behind the scenes for the city,
Mhm.
go ahead and consider that at that time, perhaps. All right, any other comments? I'm done. All right, so I guess we'll call the vote on the adoption of these.
Okay, so that has been moved and seconded. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote. Jack Baker,
Yes.
John Butler,
Yes.
Ernesto Castaneda,
Yes.
Melanie Dusner,
Yes.
Karen Duffy,
Yes.
Jeff Golden,
Yes.
Jeremy Hackard,
Yes.
Abby Hansen,
Yes.
and that motion passes 8-0.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Related to that, and
Mhm.
what Duncan kind of led into something I was going to say, I encouraged everybody to take a look at the rules and procedures last time in preparation for this meeting. I do think it would be nice if you take a look at that and you see anything that you think maybe we might need to adjust. It would be great to bring to the commission for discussion. I went through and I've redlined a couple of things. I shared some ideas with Jack, and maybe we can talk about it next time, but there's a couple of places where it's just trying to get some clarity, especially like when we have meetings. Currently, under the rules and procedures, we're supposed to meet on Thanksgiving every year. We don't do that. So it's kind of like amending those sorts of stuff and just trying to be a little bit more consistent about who is doing certain things. There's places in here where it's talking about a notice is sent. Who's sending the notice? Well, it's the hand liaison. So just being a little bit more clear about that sort of stuff. So I went through and made some like red line changes and stuff. I'd be happy to share it with other folks if you'd like to take that as maybe a starting point to thinking about that sort of stuff. But I'm open to other comments regarding that. But it just was trying to clean up the language a little bit. And make sure it's kind of aligning with how we're doing stuff and taking some things like I think keeping a roster of the commissioners and things like that is technically like the vice chair's duty, even though that's really what like staff does. And so just trying to adjust those sort of things to better reflect the reality of how we're operating. So I can do that, and maybe we can have a discussion about that at the next meeting if that would work for folks. Awesome. All right, so Noah, any other old business that we need to discuss?
Any new old business? Let's see.
Any other old business?
We're gonna be seeing somebody in for a past violation coming up next week. This is for 301 East Glendora, if any of you remember that. Yeah, this
Is
is
the installation
from
of
last
a
year, yes.
window in a
Mhm.
basement?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
So they'll come at the next meeting?
Yeah, they're gonna be at the next meeting.
Okay.
I also, I did want to bring up that we're going to have to elect some new positions now that we've, ratified these changes to rules and procedures.
Mhm.
So that's something that everybody has to look forward to. Those are really the main points that I have right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any new business?
Unless anybody wants to introduce any.
No. Commissioner comments. Does anybody want to speak on anything in general? I'm happy to take feedback or anything else. All right. Public comments. Are there any public comments? We had a couple people leave. Is there anybody online?
Nobody's on Zoom.
Wow. Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of our agenda. So, all right. This meeting is officially adjourned.
Great.